So we can't be focused on the things we see here. We have to be focused here, because the things we see here, those things, listen, they're not all ugly. They will get you distracted in an instant. God told you he wanted you in this space and in this town, and all of a sudden this town looks more favorable. And so then you start looking to that town, and God's like, no, I sent you here for a reason, right? Verse 5, it says, put to death, therefore, whatever belongs to your earthly nature: sexual immorality, impurity, lust, evil desires, and greed, which is idolatry. Can I just show you, out of all those things, sometimes we'll get to a place in a walk in our lives with Christ that we're like, oh yeah, checkbox, I don't do sexual immorality. Checkbox, I'm not involved in impurity. Checkbox, I don't do lust or evil desires. First of all, we need to define what these things mean, because a lot of times we are doing things that our mind says, oh, sexual immorality is, fornication or adultery. Sexual immorality could also be you watching porn. Did we keep that 100? Sexual immorality could also be you using toys, sex toys and different things to satisfy your flesh. We don't like that, right? Because that's like, oh, that's not what I thought sexual immorality was. But you got to dig deeper into the text. What does he mean, and define what he means when he says, don't be involved in sexual immorality. But the part that got me was this also aspect of earthly nature is greed. Don't be greedy, right? Don't be greedy. And I'm actually going to look that up real quick while I'm so that we have the context of what does it mean not to be greedy, right? To be greedy, because greedy is unto idolatry. That's what it says here in the scripture, right? Greedy means having or showing a selfish desire for wealth or possessions. Did y'all catch that? Greedy means having or showing a selfish desire for wealthy possessions. The word is telling us, don't be focused on how well you about to benefit from this venture that I've called you to, or what I've anointed you to. Oh yeah, sometimes with the intent of why we're doing it, it changes and shifts, and we don't even realize it. It's like, oh, all of a sudden you're making more money, you're having more influence, being invited to tables that you were never invited to, and now you're shifting. Now you're more focused on how to build wealth, how to build your riches and your dynasty and your legacy. And you done forgot the whole reason why you even were in existence, right? You forgot why your ministry was called, why your project was built, why your organization was created, why your business was built. You forgot the blueprint, because you done got all immersed in the earthly systems that now are drawing on you because they see you. Come on, somebody. Am I talking right? Because they see you. It was one thing when they didn't know your name. They didn't know who you were. You didn't have no money to do the work that you are called to do. And I might not be talking to everybody, but I'm talking to somebody, inclusive of myself, right? Because you got to do a self-heart check, right? When God starts talking to you, God will talk to me about me, and then God will talk to me about universal kingdom matters as well, right? But you got to get back to, why did I create this in the first place? Why did God tell me to do this in the first place? Because we'll start getting our mind on earthly things like, oh, my business should look like this, or you know what I'm saying? I can't be driving this because I'm not going to be credible no more. So I got to go get a bigger car, a better car, to be able to be credible to man. Like, or my business got to look like how everybody else's business looks, or my ministry got to look like everybody else. God is like, no, you have lost focus. You have started looking at the things of the earth, and you have become greedy. That's what the word says. I'm in Colossians chapter 3. You have become greedy with wealth. I'll say it again. With your desires, your own selfish desires for wealth and possessions. Let me tell you something. There's one thing. I remember one time wanting house hunting years ago, and my heart was thinking about the thing that I could do with that house for ministry. I was like, oh, I could see a whole bunch of women around this pool. I could see a whole bunch of women at that table, like that big countertop, talking, and I could see us literally going through some healing and deliverance together in a safe place. Like, I could see that. That was my mindset when I was looking for a house for me and the family. Like, when I was driving around years ago looking for a space, I remember my mind automatically defaulting to how this house could serve others versus how this house going to serve me, right? That's when you know that your nature is changing because your first thought was not about you and yours. Come on, somebody. And some people struggle with that. They're like, He allows us to eat while we tread in the corn. Yes. And I've said that yesterday or the day before. This is true, but my focus should not be on the treading of the corn. My focus is that, yeah, I already know him to be a provider.